Michael. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good. We're so happy to have you here today with us. This is
I'm
really,
thrilled to be here.
really fun. I wanted to know a little bit about your favorite pasta recipe to make at home, like something really simple that you can just make on a weeknight. Yeah, just like
show up at 10 o'clock and I didn't eat at work when all the food was prepped up and ready to go. I love pastas where you can make the sauce in the time it takes the pasta to cook. So whether it's it usually starts with kind of garlic and anchovies for me, kind of mashed together, and some rosemary, and make kind of a sofrito of that, and then whatever else I have in the fridge, a little pasta water, some pecorino, and I use this Calabrian chili. We're like our Mexican friends to Italy. We eat super spicy. A big spoon of Calabrian chili, a little bit of pasta water, pecorino cheese, and a glass of Gialla, and I'm happy as a clam.
Okay, so what if you did eat at work, but you're home late and you're like, you need something to eat before you go to bed? What are you gonna make for a late night snack?
Well, depends what time of the year it is. You know, I'm a big citrus fan. So if it's winter time, having an orange or a tangerine, you can kind of sit and experience. I love the taste of the spritz in your face when you're reading a book and having all that. I think it's a really nice, clean way. The original fast food is my favorite. Hummus. I'm a huge hummus fan, so maybe once a week we'll make a big batch of hummus.
What goes in your hummus? Any special ingredients? Or simple?
I do some of the fermented black garlic in my hummus.
Ooh.
And I think it adds a really nice bit of umami in it, and it kind of fills my mouth full of flavor a little bit earlier, so I don't need 2.5 cups of it to get full. My mouth gets full a little bit earlier. And I like a good amount of acid, both lemon juice and a little white balsamic. It's super tasty.
I know that you're a bike rider. So what do you eat before a bike ride? And after a bike ride?
Well, if you fuel yourself right, you don't have to eat too much. Afterwards, you want to have a little protein, and you need to refill your glycogen. You need to get some carbohydrates back into you inside the first hour. Before, if I'm riding an hour and a quarter, or nothing, because your body can store the energy for an hour and a quarter. That's part of the problem with exercise. You think you need to eat into it. But for me, when we're riding hard, it's 1,000 or 1,100 calories an hour. So if we replace a third of those after the first hour, then you can actually lose a little bit of weight and fuel your body. But it's oatmeal, Irish cut, steel cut oatmeal, 4 hours before a big ride.
Any favorite toppings?
Oh yeah, I always think I'm like building like these little energy bursts. Like the oatmeal is going to be a real slow burn. I'll do some dried apricots on top of that, then some fresh fruit, and a little bit of yogurt. I have this illusion that this whole thing is going to unfold like a firecracker. I just think that's just trying to get an old guy up the hill.
And a favorite breakfast recipe? You have kids and you have a family, so what do you make for your family for breakfast? Maybe?
I'm a good recovering Catholic. I got a bucket of kids, and you go through so many years of cooking the same things, and so I have kids from 6.5 to 28. But the 6.5-year-old boy, who's the last one at home, loves eggs. He eats eggs every day, so I was always trying to invent something new. And one of his other favorite things is a little frico, a little crispy cheese snack. And so I was making him a frico, and I was looking at this thing in the pan. I'm like, I wonder if an egg would stick to that. So I made it half crispy and cracked a couple of eggs on it, and the egg kind of bakes on. Then you turn them over easy, and you have this like Parmesan crust, all brown and delicious on top. And we eat those like 3 days a week.